I'm here with Eric LiPuma out of Vermont. He runs for Adidas Terrex. Eric, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good, Krissi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm loving this like very mellow weather we've got going, and I hope it stays around for you
I
guys.
think it will.
We love that. We love that optimism.
Yes.
Keep the good spring weather. All right, so today we're going to talk about race strategy, nutrition, and gear for the Canyons 100K. Eric, we'll start with strategy. What are you thinking about going into the race? What's your plan? Are you the type of runner to run at the front, to run your own race? How do you approach this course?
Usually I would try running my own race and being a little bit more conservative. That didn't, where I ran a great race in Black Canyon, but I just ran out of course, I think, to get a ticket. So I think I need to run a little bit more aggressive this time and just kind of go for it. It's the last chance of the year for Western States. So it's kind of a if you're not first, you're last situation. So I'm just going to go for it.
All right, so primary goal is golden ticket.
Yep.
Is there a secondary goal of the CCC bid?
Yeah, so I'm in CCC for 2024 already.
Yep.
Secondary goal is definitely be in for either CCC or UTMB next year.
Okay, awesome. So what does aggressive look like when you start with a kind of 8.5, 9 mile downhill and you're coming out of Vermont winter where maybe you haven't done as much vertical and had more, speed focus?
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely true. Haven't been able to get on trail too much. We're lucky where I live, it's majority dirt roads. So
Awesome.
you can get a good amount of vert, like runnable vert too, with some decent descents and climbs, but not really too much like what canyons will be like. Like there's no like 2,000-foot road descents really. But for me, I think aggressive will look mostly like try to keep contact with the front.
Okay.
Just keep them in sight, not necessarily be like neck and neck with whoever is leading in the beginning, but just kind of to keep that contact.
All right. Yeah. Keep the momentum, not lose sight, so you can kind of put the hammer down.
Yeah.
When you get into the faster runnable stuff, maybe.
Yeah, and just don't be so far back that when somebody makes a move, you can't go with them later in the race.
Gotcha. And then, so from Forest Hill on, going down Cal Street, are you going to start kind of pushing that front pack more? What are you thinking about the faster stuff?
I don't think I'm ever going to be the guy who's making the moves.
Okay.
But I just hope to be in a position where I can match them.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, so you're looking at required gear. You're wearing a vest. You've got some flasks. Are you doing a belt or any handhelds?
Thought about a belt. I would prefer a belt just for a course this fast, but I don't know that we can fit all the required gear in a belt.
Yeah, a jacket kind of makes it tough.
Yeah,
headlamp.
I have a really small jacket and a really tiny headlamp, but we have to carry like a tracker with us too.
Yeah.
But I might be able to do it because, well, the other thing too is that the first crude aid station isn't until like 40K.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to carry a good amount of gels with you. I'm gonna test it out tonight and see if I can fit everything. If I can, I'll do a belt if that's even allowed because the required gear says a vest.
Yeah.
But I feel like a belt would kind of satisfy that. But I think most likely I'm going to be wearing the pack, just because it's easier for all the gear.
Okay. Is there anybody you're thinking that's going to be in that front group that you're going to be kind of focused on?
Yeah, I mean, Adam is undefeated in ultras, obviously. I imagine he'll be up there. I think my buddy Petter will be up there as well. I mean, those are, I feel like, the two guys that I would imagine would be in the front.
Okay.
And then there's just a ton of other runners like myself that I think are going to be in my similar position.
Solid chase pack.
Yeah.
So
people matching moves, not necessarily making them.
Yeah.
And then I think there's going to be a lot of people who think that they're going to go out and lead the whole thing, and that might not end great.
Yeah, you might find yourself kind of on the flat sections really pulling away from those kind of people who maybe got a little too ambitious on the canyons.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, so for the rest of the gear, what are you thinking in terms of kind of shoes, any kind of like heat mitigation gear, ice bandana type stuff? Are you thinking you're going to be good without it?
I think I'm good without the heat stuff. I'll wear the Agravic Speed Ultra. I've worn that for every race since I've got that shoe. And then like fueling wise, I'll be doing about 90 grams of carbs per hour, all precision gels.
Okay.
So
none of the precision shoes, just
I mean, I might have
gel
some
packs?
shoes later in the race. Like in Black Canyon, I had a couple hours later that I did 120 carbs per hour. And if I do that, the extra carbs will either come from a chew or like a strategic caffeinated gel.
Okay. And then are you going to be using precision? What product are you going to be using for sodium? Are you thinking about sodium? Or again, are you kind of not worried about heat and just kind of doing your normal nutrition strategy?
So I'll do probably about a liter of water every 90 minutes.
Right.
And every hour will be about 3 precision electrolyte capsules, which is like 750 milligrams of sodium.
Okay, so you're keeping carbs, sodium, fluids all separate, taking them at different times, keeping your gut happy.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I always do. Yeah, I always keep everything separate. I find that gels and water are it's kind of like the perfect situation for me. And then just doing the electrolyte capsules separate from that too is it's pretty easy for me. Just keep them in a bag or something.
Okay. You ever take anything from aid stations, any snacks that pick you up? You said caffeinated gel. Is that kind of your pick me up?
Yeah, later in a race, if I'm really cranking, I might drink some Coke or something late in a race, but I usually stick to just the stuff that I bring myself. If I'm having a horrible day, maybe I'll eat some like cool food or something at an aid station.
Yeah, like watermelon or
watermelon or something silly, but
yeah,
usually I avoid that stuff.
And will you have crew throughout all the crew spots replenishing just you with your personal stash?
Yeah. So Julia, who is our team manager, will be crewing me.
Nice. And anything else you want to say about the race? Goals, hopes? I hear you maybe want to make Adam cry.
Yeah, I'd like to grind Adam's bones into dust. But he also has a new upgraded sacrum, so I think that's going to be pretty hard. He's Peterman 2.0 now, and I think he's pretty strong.
He's got the like kind of robotic strength going on.
He's ready to go, and I'm sure after a year away, he's probably pretty excited to run. And
yeah, I guess he's frothing.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to run. Like so many of the people in the race are my friends, so this whole trip and just the race, it's just like awesome to hang out with people.
Yeah,
and just to be running with people. Like I think most of the day I'll probably run with Stephen Kirsch. This is my teammate and a good friend of mine, so that'll be fun. Hopefully we run with Petter as well.
Yeah, hang on to his coattails and see what you all can do.
Or just crush him.
Team.
Might be crushing Petter. We'll see.
So you're maybe teamwork. You're maybe hurt some people.
We'll see.
Depending on how you're feeling, or
depends how much joking around we do prior to the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, healthy mix of competition and friendship.
Yes.
We love that in ultra running.
Yes. That's why I like it.
Cool. Well, thank you, Eric, for hanging out with us. We'll catch up with you after, and we hope you have a really solid, awesome run for that golden ticket.
Thank you.
In 2 days.
Thanks.
Cool.